Steve Schwab.
Madam Chair and guests, Toastmasters, there was this dude a long time ago named Socrates, and he says that the unexamined life is not worth living. Well, I examine myself every day before I head out in the world, and every year the doctor examines me. But somehow I don't think that's what Socrates was talking about. He was talking about something deeper, something more profound. Where are we going? What role do we play in this world? He was talking about introspection and self-knowledge and self-examination. Where are we going? Do we live day to day doing the same thing every day, day in and day out, and never do anything about it? Never think? Back in the day, there were some obstacles to this self-examination. It's called survival. Hard to think about self-examination when you're trying to fill your belly. Today, well, maybe things didn't change that much, but our distractions are greater because we have so much more stimulation. There's texting, there's tweeting, there's surfing, there's always something just beyond our grasp to make us happier, we think. Back in 2008, I was very discontent. I was dealing with the stresses of a new country, a new home, totally different environment from what I was used to. One fretful October night, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I kissed my kitty on the head, kissed my partner on the head. Fearful and afraid of my unhappiness as it was, I left a note on the table. It said, "I'm going for a walk. I'll call you when I get there." And I left. No direction except for within. I walked for 10 hours, 37 kilometers, and I thought about where I was, what I was doing here, and how well I was playing the role that I put myself in. I examined my life by myself. Friends are also good for examining your life. Good friends will listen to you. They're not shy of telling you the truth. In another episode, I was getting angry. Oh, angry. I'd read the paper, get angry at them. Not anybody in particular, just them. I said to myself, why do I get so angry? Because this newspaper, Schwablet, it's an itch. You scratch it, it feels good to you. Stop scratching. Hold on to that anger long enough and it festers and rots. Anger is a base emotion. Joy is something that's harder because you have to create joy. Recently, I caught myself being distracted more and more. I was unfocused. I read less and less. I surfed more and more on the internet. And this realization came to me among a group of people that were talking amatively about books. Oh, it's so easy to download detritus on the internet. It's a lot harder to identify with Adam Trask in John Steinbeck's East of Eden and his discussion of the word timshel, thou mayest. Man's choice between good and evil. Thou mayest. There are 3 things, Toastmasters, that we need to do at different times in our lives to examine our lives. One is to be alone with yourself, with no other obligations than to know yourself, to be with yourself, and to think about where you're going. Be with your friends, because they're not ego strokers, and they'll hold that mirror up for you so that you can examine your life. And then be with people that you don't know, because you'll learn from them. And they'll challenge your assumptions about the world, and they'll change your worldview. Spend time with people you don't know. They'll help you examine your life. You're lucky if you have a friend to hold that mirror up to you. those ritual walks, that walk that I make, the walkabout, it's become a ritual for me now. It's time for myself with myself. I head out different times of the year to get to know myself. And being with people that you don't really know, you might run into somebody who's on a quest around the continent to follow his rainbow. You wish him well. All that anger that you held and fear dissolves when you're with other people whose lives you start to appreciate. You find pleasure in their joy. And sometimes your examined life hits you like a spark that ignites on an airplane. An ancient Japanese woman with one good eye and a pirate smile looks up to you and says, "Gracias," when you hand her your cup of coffee. Japanese Argentines heading home from their last pilgrimage to the relatives that they left behind. A nod, a smile, and a cup of coffee, and you realize you've changed the world in a small way. And that's what you've wanted since you were very young. Toastmasters, examine your life because it's well worth living. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I know this is a very